Hey, it's Ciscoe. Today, I am going to show all you folks at McCormick how to plant a tasty treat in a pot. Oh la la. So, believe it or not, this is a tomato. It's called Moonlight Mile. It's a brand new variegated one. I don't think you're going to find this, but next year, I think it'll maybe be on the shelves. But is this cool or what? Now, you're probably asking yourself, why plant a tomato in a container? Why not just put it in your garden? There's a few reasons. Maybe you don't have a garden. If you've got a deck, anything like that, you could plant that tomato out there. Maybe you live in a shady spot and the sun moves. What, and put this on rollers or just pick it up and put it where the sun is all the time. That's a good thing to do. And tomatoes grow great in pots, so you don't have to worry about that, but you want one at least this big. Finally, if you've got deer problems or you've got those doggone bunnies chewing all your plants, well, you can move this where the deer can't get at it, at least in the evening. And the other thing is bunnies never seem to eat plants or in containers. They may be able to hop, but they can't climb. Now, I want to show you a few things about this container. Number one, I drilled a big hole in the bottom. You know, I paid about 25 bucks for this pretty plastic container. Now, notice this. This is some hardware cloth, and I just put that down inside. And what that does is it'll keep too much of the soil from going through. All right, now, the other thing you got to keep in mind, you want quality potting soil for this. So I'm going to go get some and put it in. And we're going to get started with planting this tomato. First thing you do after you put in about 3/4 of the soil you're going to need is get some good organic fertilizer. So it says right on there, tomato food. But the main thing you want to know is the second number is higher than the first number. So this is a good mix right here, 463. Okay, so I've got some in a container here. I usually put about a cup in a container about this size. So there we go. Then just mix that in real good. And now, one question I get is, should you put bone meal in there? Well, you want some calcium in there, but it's also very high in phosphorus. You don't want to overdo it with a bone meal. This is fish bone meal. So I'm going to use about a 1/4 handful. This will just help make sure there's plenty of calcium in there for your tomatoes. All right, now I'm going to mix that up really, really good. Okay, I'm just about ready now to plant the tomato. All right, okay. Moonlight Mile. Is this cool or what? It's another reason I wanted to put this in a container, because I want to show this off. Okay. Now, here's something you might need to know. I'm going to cut off the bottom 2 sets of leaves on this. You're probably wondering, why is he doing that, you know? The reason for that is because I'm going to plant this nice and deep. By doing that, what'll happen is this whole root all along this stem will root like crazy. Okay, so get that baby in there. And the hardest part is getting it in the middle, you know. All right, now all I got to do is fill in. Here we go. Smooth that baby out. I'm going to add just a teensy bit more fertilizer in there just to make sure that it's well fertilized on all levels. There we go. Just mix that in a little bit. Smooth this out real good. Now I've got 2 things left to do and this job is done. Okay, number 1, you need some kind of staking system. There are tomatoes that only grow like 3 feet tall, and then all the tomatoes ripen up at once. They're called determinate tomatoes, and patio is a famous one, but this is indeterminate. It's going to grow all season to keep producing tomatoes. So what I want to do is make sure I've got a way to support that, because That's going to be, you know, a lot of weight on that tomato. So it's kind of hard to get these right in the right spot. I think that one should have gone this way. Okay, there we go. Now firm these in real good. And now as the tomato grows, I'll be able to tie the branches in. So here's one I did. Now you know why I need such a big container. And as this grows, I'll tie these various branches to these, and it'll just grow up, 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 and produce and produce and produce. So I only did this one a couple weeks ago. It's already getting flowers. So the big thing now is watering. So of course I'm gonna water this in real good. But the trick is I'm gonna have to water this every day. At the end of summer, you might have to water twice a day. Visit the model homes at McCormick for their Trail of Homes tour this summer and receive a free signed copy of my brand new book. Oh la la, it's really good. Oh la la.